I'm Aya Katz, and this is my art channel. And before I show you how I painted Autumn Interlude, I'd like to ask you to subscribe and to press the bell icon so you will receive notifications. Autumn Interlude is a painting that I made as a gift to my daughter and her boyfriend. And we started out with a photograph where we had run out of the colored ink, and so it was only the black lines. I don't usually start my paintings this way, but I decided to look at that photograph that only had the black lines and to make my black lines based on the black lines in the photograph. And so here I'm just copying that photo, which doesn't include a lot of information because actually most of the information in a photograph that is a color photograph is in the color portions and not in the black portions. But it was an interesting way for me to start out with an underpainting that only contained the basic black lines of the photo that was my reference. And so you can see that this is pretty accurate. This is an accurate rendition of that. And here I am looking at the color photo and applying the color. But you see what I'm doing isn't just coloring in the outline. What ends up happening is that I build the face of my daughter and her boyfriend from the color portions of the photograph. And there's a lot of structure that comes only from the color and not from the black part. For instance, neither of them has much of a nose when it comes to the black outline. The noses will be built almost entirely of color. In the case of my daughter, one nostril is showing and nothing else. When I apply the color, sometimes the shape comes through immediately, but there are other times when it takes a while for the coloring to show up as shape. This painting has a lot of orange tones to it. My daughter is a brunette, but she has sort of orange highlights in her hair, or certainly did in this particular autumn photograph. There are a lot of oranges also on the trees and in the foliage. It's a weird exercise of looking for a second at the photograph and then looking at the canvas and trying to see what I can do to fill those things in. Now I use that pink for the undertone in his face because he's got a complexion that's a little bit more reddish than hers. So obviously we're not going to leave him with a pink face for long, but then I can build up on that pink underpainting and I can add highlights and build the face that way, and it will still have that sort of blushy undertone that will indicate that his skin color is a little bit different from hers. You can see how his nose is emerging. A lighter portion on his neck, and now his cheeks. And all of that without any kind of an outline. I'm just building it up from the contrast of the light and the dark. He's got a big toothy smile. And now we're working on the tree with its autumn foliage. The actual photograph was focused on the two human figures, so in fact the trees were blurry, and I kept the trees blurry in the background of this painting. You can see that smile coming out. He's got a very big smile. And she's smiling too, but her smile is more reserved. And hands are the thing that I have the biggest difficulty with. I usually just do faces and not bodies, so you can see that my focus is on the faces, and that might give it more of a caricatured look. So this is the second day that I'm working on this painting. I moved it from my bedroom to the dining room, and there's plenty of light flowing through the window, and I decided that I had to redo some things on my daughter's chin. Still working on those hands. Yeah, we're rebuilding that chin. I had it too long before, and then I made it too short, and then I got it just right. The cockatiels are having a fine time. Some more random leaves, fixing the chin, making it nice, putting in the highlights. At this point you can really see what the painting is, and everything that comes after that is tiny corrections here and there, and then maybe taking away those corrections and adding a different correction. You know, trying to make sure that everything's smooth, is smoothed out. You know, like right now there's a nick in his cheek, which I will later correct. That plaid shirt really threw me for a loop. I cannot draw straight lines to save myself, and obviously I can't draw rectangles either. Okay, now we're checking it out. We're using the iPhone to make sure that it recognizes the faces in portrait mode. So obviously I've got faces there. And now we sign the portrait and we put down 2020 because this is a very strange year. It has been a very strange year. And this is our final product. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram.